So we know the issues, we know about energy, we know about the border, we know Joe Biden doesn't know what he's doing. We know all that, we get all that. But why do this? Why do this here tonight with Legacy PAC? Because there's a whole lot of people who have the passion to save this country who need help getting off the ground.
The purpose of Legacy PAC is to save America. That's our mission. That's what we really want to do because America is worth saving.
I am by trade, I'm a cybersecurity engineer. Okay, so this is my first run in politics. We need more conservative Republicans standing up and fighting for the Constitution.
We're an America First PAC, and we want to promote and help our up-and-coming candidates, and we're going to be holding the line for President Trump.
I joined the Army at 17 years old. My first day at my first unit, which was 25th Infantry, was September 10th, 2001. So the next day was 9/11. And I spent about a total of a decade between Iraq and Afghanistan in country. So my country means everything to me. When I realized that if people like myself who don't want to be politicians don't start stepping up and taking these seats, that nothing's going to change, then I said, okay, I'll do it.
Who deserves to lead the people of this country more than those who serve this country? So I'm behind every one of them. So let's make sure we get more veterans into power. I'm all for it.
Remember why you're involved. We have to make sure people remain humble and not engage in self-glorification. You are here for one reason, and that is to save the country. Period. End of story.
And for those candidates who are looking uphill and wondering how, keep your head down, focus on the target, and outwork everybody. And I promise you, you're not gonna lose. You're either gonna win on election night or you change the game on election night. So God bless you guys. Thank you so much, Legacy PAC.
Thank you, Legacy PAC.
Under this administration, they have deliberately opened the border to fundamentally change the fabric of our country.
I'm Jared Craig with Legacy PAC. We are here at Eagle Pass, Texas, to bring attention to the border crisis, to educate the voters, the citizens of the United States, and the candidates running for federal office, the importance of a secure border.
And at Legacy PAC, we want to bring candidates here to the border to see it firsthand, because there is nothing like being here, seeing this. We saw women and children climbing over barbed wire. There is no reason why we cannot secure this border. There is no reason to keep this open. This is not humane. So we need to get Victor and all these other good America First candidates into office.
We at Legacy PAC depend on your donation and support to support these projects. We can't do it without you. So please go on to legacypac.org and show your support.
And Stan, where's Stan? Stan is with Veterans for Trump.
Thank you, Martha.
Thank you all. We're honored. I know there are so many organizations represented here today.
We're sitting here tonight, but you're going to do very well. And I just had somebody write down, first of all, James and Sarah Pritchard, thank you very much. Yes. Great job. Thank you. We appreciate all the help. Stanley and Donna Fitzgerald.
Right here, sir.
Thank you very much. It's great. It's great that you're with us. Mike Acton.
I haven't used this.
Hi, this is Stan Fitzgerald with Veterans for Trump, and I'm here with my friend Robert May from the once great state of Massachusetts. And I say that only because it's under communist control right now. But Robert is going to take that back and make it an American state again, America First specifically. He's one of our warriors up in Massachusetts for our values. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Stan. Thanks for meeting with me this morning.
You're welcome. And I didn't mean to bash Massachusetts. I'm talking about the leadership. So, Robert, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. I am born and bred in Massachusetts. I am a lifelong Republican, registered as a Republican when I was old enough to vote. But your comment about communist Massachusetts is well taken, Stan, and that's why I eventually got into politics just 4 short years ago. I've seen a steady decline in the state in terms of ideology and family values and religious persecution. I mean, you name it. I am married. I've been married 32 years. I've got 4 adult children. They've all moved out of the house now. I own a small business that I started 22 years ago now that I operate still in Massachusetts. But when my kids got older and I kind of looked around and I said, I've got a little bit of spare time now. I want to get involved and make a difference in my community. I ran for state representative in 2020. For the 4 towns in the North Shore of Boston. I lost that race for an open seat in a well-contested election. I lost by less than 9%, but that was encouraging enough so that I decided I was going to run again in 22. Unfortunately, the Democrats in Massachusetts, with a supermajority, redistricted me out of my little state Senate district, making me ineligible to run for 22. So instead, I was encouraged to take on a different race. The one I ran for 2 years ago, it's 2 years ago now in 22, was against Seth Moulton for Congress in the 6th Congressional District of Massachusetts. That one, frankly, was not as close. I lost. It was a landslide. He won. He was an incumbent against an absolute newcomer. However, I'm a glass half full kind of guy, and when I realized that I won, I received 110,000 votes in a losing campaign. That was really encouraging to me because that told me that my conservative message, was still resonating with voters of the North Shore. So even though, yes, Democrats have a stronghold in our state, that's more to do with the Democrat machine in Massachusetts rather than the voters. I mean, we've got 60% independents in the state of Massachusetts, and it's just a matter of getting through to them and getting them to the polls to vote for what we all believe in, frankly. And basically, that's freedom, family, and faith.
Absolutely. And when you're redistricted out of your district, that's because the team that does that for the governor, you're considered a threat. We see that across.
100%, absolutely.
And when you get 110,000 votes against an incumbent Democrat congressman, you are making a difference for our movement, and that is why you're running for state committeeman in Massachusetts, and we are going to back you for that race, sir. And I just want to explain to our viewers and our board. We're building state chapters right now, and we don't have one in Massachusetts yet. But one of their primary functions will be local elections and GOP elections. And we need people like Robert in the GOP. So we're going to back him at the national level at this time. So Robert, can you just tell us a little bit about what you'll be doing as a state committeeman?
So like I said, the state committee function is kind of like the administrative side of the Republican Party in Massachusetts. So it's basically building the party in Massachusetts. And one of the key ways that my personal feeling is to do this, and I experienced this firsthand as a congressional candidate, is to use the infrastructure that's already in place in Massachusetts. Most, I would say, and when I say most, that's only more than 50%, cities and towns in Massachusetts have what they call Republican city committees or Republican town committees. Okay, so each of these, again, it's its own small organizations, but what they do is they will meet periodically, whether it's monthly or quarterly, to organize themselves in their city and town and do true grassroots, hit the ground type operations like door knocking, like going out and holding signs, holding coffees with candidates, organizing and getting invitations to people to attend fundraisers, writing letters to the editor, those kind of things. I mean, I could go on for the rest of the afternoon of opportunities to get our conservative message out to the grassroots. Because one of the things I found as a candidate, you and I mean, we're engaged. We understand the issues. We know how any kind of a story will be spun by the left and spun by the right. But when you get out into the neighborhoods and you talk to the people that are just, you know, trying to raise their families and keep their jobs and you know, make a living, they have absolutely no idea, Stan. And I would say that's probably 90% of the electorate out there. Those are the people that we need to try and get out and reach and get them active and get them engaged and get them willing to go out and do what it takes to spread the message, so that, like you said, Massachusetts isn't a vast communist wasteland forever.
Well, we appreciate you fighting for your state and the country, Bob. And where could people follow your race online? Is there a website for the GOP race?
Well, we didn't set up a website for this campaign. I mean, obviously I had a website when I ran for state representative. I had one when I ran for Congress. What I would encourage people to do, if they're on Facebook, if they go to Bob May for State Committee, if you just type that in the Facebook search bar, hit the follow button. I mean, we post every couple of days. It's going to be building more and more, especially now that we're after New Year's. That's when people really start paying attention to the races. And just so you know, the election for Massachusetts State Committee is on primary day in Massachusetts, March 5th. Now, although it's on primary day, that's our final election. So primary is for the other state and, you know, national seats that are being contested. But the Massachusetts State Committee Republican race is final on March 5th, which is going to be difficult again for get out the vote activities, because a lot of people just skip that one. You know, they think they're doing their civic duty when they go out on election day, which is, you know, the second Tuesday after the first Monday of November. Excuse me, but ours is March 5th. So if you're in Massachusetts, please pull up a Republican ballot and vote for Bob May and Sandy Francischini, who is on the ticket with me as a state committee woman for the Mass GOP.
Bob, thank you. Best of luck, and we appreciate your work, and talk again soon, sir.
Stan, thanks very much. Have a great day, sir. Appreciate it.
You too.
Bye-bye.